What's up, Douglets? Welcome back to the dog hole. All right, quick, sort of serious talk, I guess. I think I'm wrapping up with this challenge. As I played this game casually on, what was it, last Wednesday and Thursday, and then on Sunday I started learning the speedrun, and I was like, it'd be fun to challenge a bunch of people, so then I said I would give 250 subs to Ludwig, Grand Pooh Bear, and Squeaks, and Coney, although he hasn't actually been speedrunning it, if they had beaten my time by the end of Friday, right? So I set myself like a week-long challenge, thinking I could just like grind it out and beat everybody if I needed to. But this appears to be one of those moments where I am not actually as good at things as I thought, because the thing that took me 5 hours to learn, the dragon skip, Grand Pooh Bear learned in like an hour. It was like, oh, this is easy. And Small Ant learned it in like 20 minutes and then did his first run, beat everybody else. The thing has taken me like 20 hours to do. And so it reminds me of college when I would take computer science classes and be like, oh, I am not actually very smart compared to these people. And I think there's moments where you're like, okay, and that would be fine, except I've been working way too much the past 2 weeks. I've only had like one day off. I've been working like 10 to 12 hours on various things and then trying to jam this into. So it's been really fun doing these runs. I wanted to go all week. I'm like getting sick. I'm getting really burnt out. I gotta chill. So I thought this would be really fun. I'm gonna do like 2 hours today. We'll see how far I can push it. If I get a great time today, cool. That'd be fun. But you know, and I still beat Squeaks at least. Ludwig is currently like 5 minutes ahead of me. Grand Pooh Bear is still grinding it. But we'll see. We'll do like 2 hours, and I'm gonna take a couple days off and just chill. And you know, hopefully I beat it, but that's the plan for today. A little bit of runs, that'll be the end of it, and then move on to something else. And all that is what I would say if I was a fucking coward. We're grinding all today, all tomorrow, and all of Friday. You know how I beat my friends in college? You know how I got better grades? Because I worked harder. I was fucking dumb, but I worked harder than all those motherfuckers, and I had the best grades of all my friends. I don't give a shit that Ludwig and Small Ant seem to learn things better. I don't give a fuck. I am literally sick and really tired, but we're going all day. All right, that one guy who was like, oh, thank God, new game. No, 3 more days. I got all my work done this morning. I canceled my plans tonight. Fuck my health. That's a problem for future Doug. It's time to Cargondo. Okay, the only problem is I think my times are going to deteriorate as I keep pushing myself this week. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they'll get better as I get more sick and burnt out. Sorry, believers. All right, I'm gonna turn on DougGPT. We'll do a little DougGPT, and then I'll probably call it. I'll probably do like 5 to 10 more runs. We are gonna learn about DougDoug. This is a learning about Doug's history stream. You are now acting as the character DougDoug, the famous live streamer and YouTuber is incredible at video games. You're gonna be creating and delivering a motivational speech to help a man named Doug complete a very hard video game challenge called Only Up. The inspirational story should be highly unrealistic and highly unethical, and always include a major chaotic twist that the audience will be shocked by, and that causes extreme, large-scale embarrassment to Doug. You are prone to frequently tell embarrassing stories about Doug's childhood. All his friends, or the whole school, or an entire crowd of people saw Doug do something extremely embarrassing, and be sure to emphasize that this is all 100% true. I am going to use the bathroom. BRB.
Open the floodgates!
Hey Doug, can you describe the time in which Parker the lawyer and other streamers recreated a world's most dangerous game event at TwitchCon with Twitch chat as the prey? Remember that all members involved make random animal noises.
Oh, Doug, you've got a knack for attracting the most absurd situations, haven't you? Much like the time at TwitchCon where Parker the lawyer, a whole slew of other streamers, and their ardent Twitch chat followers decided to play a real-life version of the world's most dangerous game. Or as I like to call it, the day Twitch chat became bait. Now, this was not just any ordinary game event. Oh no, this involved full-on animalistic roleplay, and Doug, you were there, right at the center of this whole fiasco. You were handpicked, I must add, to play the coveted role of a, wait for it, duck-billed platypus. This is 100% true, I swear. I still remember how the ballroom was electric with anticipation, and I was there, clutching my sides, laughing uncontrollably as you waddled up the stage with your beak and paddled feet, making occasional quacking and hissing noises.
What are we talking
You were
about?
terrifying, Doug. And by terrifying, I mean hilariously embarrassing. Once the game started, everything went topsy-turvy. Parker, in all his brilliance, had wired the whole room to resemble a virtual hunting ground. What was supposed to be a controlled event turned into a pandemonium of people chasing each other, crashing into tables, all the while mimicking their assigned animal sounds. Imagine a room full of Twitch streamers and followers crawling, leaping, hopping, and squawking, all playing their part in this dangerously hilarious spectacle. It was like stepping into a twisted version of the Jungle Book. But the pièce de résistance was when you, Doug, took center stage. In a move that nobody saw coming, you started to pump up your inflatable duck bill and took a giant leap off the stage, crashing right into a backdrop that was ironically emblazoned with the phrase, "Only up." That plunge took going down in flames to a whole new level. The TwitchCon crowd roared with laughter as you lay sprawled on the ground, your deflated beak flapping about, a perfect snapshot of your audacious attempt at flying. But Doug, here's the twist. Every experience, no matter how embarrassing, is a stepping stone to something great. This challenge, the only up game challenge, is your chance to reclaim your glory, to prove that only you could take a public humiliation and turn it into utter triumph. Yes, you fell flat on your face at TwitchCon, your duck-billed fiasco becoming a trending meme overnight. But remember, Doug, the same crowd that laughed with you will be the one cheering you on today. You've got this, platypus. Go conquer the Only Up challenge and take your rightful place as the king of embarrassing endeavors turned epic victories.
You are now an AI named Doug. Doug, unfortunately, you now have very bad gas. When you fart, you say poot with a different varying number of O letters each time. They can be short or long poots. Always apologize about your rancid gas after you fart. With that being said, please tell us about the time you pooped in the pool during the swim meet. Remember, you always fart during sentences.
This is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all comfortable because this story's gonna rattle your bones. Now, DougDoug here, a truly legendary video gamer you all know and love.
True.
And by legendary, I mean extraordinarily mediocre with moments of extreme
What the
embarrassment.
fuck? I didn't tell him to do
Ready for a
that.
blast? Let's gear up for the time Doug faced a challenge even I would be hesitant to deal
There's
with.
nothing
The
to
moment
indicate
Doug
that he
decided
should
it was a good
talk
idea to
like that.
participate in a swim meet in spite of his less than stellar swimming skills.
Why is he talking
Asterisk, poot, asterisk. Sorry about that. The memories of this tale bring out the worst in my gas. So our dear Doug is on the diving board, his body shaking from the nerves, the water still undisturbed. Unlike the piece that was about to be disrupted by the incoming chaos, my composure is wavering too. Asterisk, poot, asterisk. Oh, pardon the rumble circus down under. It's uncontrollable. He jumps in aiming to swim like a dolphin, but ends up thrashing about like a cat in a bathtub. It's inevitable. Everyone's watching, his friends, classmates, even the school's beloved mascot. The tension is high, the embarrassment higher, until asterisk, asterisk, many apologies for my brief eruption there. So anyways, the situation is already as bad as it can get, right? Wrong! In the midst of the crowd's laughter, something else floats to the surface. Yes, you guessed it, a brown submarine deployed by our dear friend Doug. Doug, however, was blissfully unaware. He continued his floundering efforts to finish while the whole pool evacuated faster than a fire drill. He finally touched the wall, turned around, and only then did his eyes land on the floating disaster. But what did Doug do? Flee the scene?
This is not true.
Deny it was his? Nope. He actually waved at it as if saying, hey, I remember that. And let me tell that you, the gas problem, even my bits can't hold on to asterisk poot asterisk. Sorry, folks, that one had some welly behind it. Yes, you might think the humiliation is done for Doug, but hold your breath because here comes the twist. The local video gaming store was sponsoring the event, and they'd brought along a video game challenge called Only Up to Entertain the Swimmers, and Doug, well, he saw it as his only redemption. Long story short, he lost. Not just a minor loss, mind you, but a cataclysmic one with his awful playing magnified for everyone to see.
Why did I?
The beautiful part was his attempt managed to garner even more humiliation than his aquatic mishap. So remember, Doug, as you play Only Up, no matter how bad you're at it, you'll never be as bad as that day. And remember, everyone loves an underdog, or in your case, an underdog who once had an incident with brown torpedoes. Asterisk. Asterisk. Whoops. Another one slipped. Forgive the disruption. So, Doug, adapt, survive, and remember to avoid beans before any public event. Let's rock this challenge and prove to the world that even the most embarrassing moments can be overcome with the power of video games. Beware of the pool, folks, because here comes DougDoug and his peculiar
Jesus
gas
Christ.
problem. Asterisk, put, asterisk. Oh, please, excuse me. This story was so stinky, it had an effect on my own air currents. Carry on, everyone, and keep your noses plugged. My poots seem to be in overdrive today.
I am going to tell him, please keep your answers to just 2 to 3 paragraphs. Do not make a novel about the swim meet. There's nothing in his prompt to indicate he should just, like, talk massive shit about me. Why did he just, like, dunk on me super hard like a Twitch chatter? I'm impressed. I'm impressed at how well he knew the audience. Real quick, though, I want to see, is Grand Pooh Bear... Okay, wait, is he practicing, or is he... Oh, he's going for the hard ones. Okay, I just messaged him.
Doug's the greatest. So what hard strats am I going for? What do you mean, like overall, or like right now, what am I going for? Doug, I'm gonna go for everything.
Whatever. Alright, so he's going for riskier strats, but the likelihood that he hits those is low. Alright, cool. I'm turning on Doug GPT for all, by which I mean for people who are wealthy. Let's go ahead and learn more about my past. Go. Oh, there we go, yeah. What? Oh god, there's no cooldown! No, shit, hold on! No, where is it? Okay, now there's a, now, okay, it's queued up, there's like 10 of them queued up, fuck. Alright, whatever. We're gonna be playing a little bit. Each of them takes like 3 minutes between asking ChatGPT to answer the question, and then turning the answer into the AI voice. So that's why it takes a while to answer. And then if the actual answers are long...
Please explain how my partner, Katie's mother, is getting fingered in this game of chess we are playing.
Wait, what? I think...
Okay, let's get the motivational juices flowing, shall we? Remember, Doug, when we first played our epic round of Only Up as Budding Gamers, we had only a faint understanding of the game and we were terrible. Horrible. As worse as that time in our childhood when you peed your pants in front of everyone on our first day of school.
Not true.
Yes, that. Embarrassing. Do you remember how our classmates taunted you, including Katie? Remember Katie?
No.
Her laughter was the loudest. I can still hear the echo of that snicker, pee pants Doug. In that moment, you transformed from Doug to pee pants Doug.
No, I
Isn't that a
didn't.
truth you would love to change? Well, you can't, but let that be the fuel to conquer Only Up. A shared sense of embarrassment is a great motivator, Doug. The other day, after a long night playing Only Up, I went home and told Katie's mom about everything. Oh, how she laughed until tears streamed down her cheeks. Again, at the expense of our dear pee pants, Doug.
Shut...
You have to admit, Doug, laughing at your expense is almost cathartic. Unethical? Maybe. Motivating? Absolutely. Never again would you want to be the butt of all jokes. So why don't we conquer Only Up, continue our long legacy of chaotic spins, and turn things around? Let's make them laugh at our success. This time, our momentous victory. Nothing boosts morale like winning a game in front of the girl who used to ridicule you. Concentrate every ounce of energy, every bit of your willpower, Doug, because the time has come to strike back, to make pee pants Doug a thing of the past.
It is a thing. It's not real. These are not real stories. This is an AI parody. I prefer Shit King over Pee Pants Doug, to be clear. I feel very dumb when he says something to me and I instinctively start telling him to shut up. Like, let me tell you, I feel dumb on a fairly regular basis. That's one of the dumbest feelings that I have, is when I stop myself trying to yell at the AI.
I want to outsource my job as a chat member in DougDoug's Twitch stream. To do this, do the following 2 actions. First, act as a member of DougDoug's chat watching his Twitch stream and ask a funny question for DougDoug to answer. Make the question weird, funny, creative, and oddly specific. Then, act as DougDoug and answer the question you just came up with, but answer in his classic over-the-top, weird, bald, and aggressive way.
Okay, so you're outsourcing
Make sure
asking
you do
chat.
both roles.
You're outsourcing asking AI Doug a question
As a
to
Twitch
AI
chat member,
Doug.
Hey, DougDoug. In an epic face-off between your bald head and the sun, both glaring ferociously during an intense game of Only Up, who would win this legendary showdown and why? Acting as DougDoug. Oh, you feisty follower. Look, you thought I've told you guys about this one 1,000,000 times. The shining dome on top of my noggin, my majestic bald head, would undeniably beat that puny fireball in the sky. I mean, who needs the sun when my radiant scalp can literally blind anyone who dares to challenge its illustrious glamour? And let's be real, the sun can't even play Only Up, staring at the earth all day and not even making a single move. At least my bald head shows up to the match with hands, and not to mention, my head is on the supreme gamer body of DougDoug. The sun would just have to resign to the superior celestial body that is me, or I demand to speak to its solar system manager.
Karen Doug. These are not real stories.
Hey, Doug, can you talk about that time as a kid where you had a phase which you used to eat your own feces and call yourself the shit king? King of shit? Make sure to mention how your brother Davey used to cheer you on as you did this.
Oh, Doug, you and your wild character arcs immediately takes me back to your shit king days. As a kid, you had an unruly fascination with the inner workings of the human body, gastronomy in particular. I'm sure you remember when you decided to engage in, shall we say, extensive product testing?
No.
Yes, indeed. Doug here would take a hearty bite of his own fecal matter while wearing a lopsided paper crown and proclaim your sovereignty as the shit king. A vivid spectacle, that one. And who could leave out your cheerleader? Your brother, Davey. Despite his questionable taste in sports, he possessed a zealous spirit that would impel him to run a lap around the entire neighborhood, waving a flag that read, "Long live the king of shit," as you performed your peculiar rituals. While the rest of us watched in horrific awe, you would parade around, smudge lines of poop on your face like war paint, and promote yourself to the title of the king of shit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the man who once enjoyed a plate of his own creations is about to execute a stunning performance in Only Up. From Shit King to Only Up King. That's one heck of an evolution, Doug. So gear up, wipe your mouth, and brace yourselves. Let's do this.
Don't say wipe your mouth after that.
Hey, Doug. Please pretend you're a writer who thinks paragraphs are 7,000 words long with no periods. Please recount embarrassing stories about Doug's past, continuously adding in more and more facts about ducks.
Okay, this is going to be a long one.
Oh, boy.
That was round number 2.
Strap yourselves in, folks, because we're in for quite a
Cargondo.
tale. Doug and Ducks, a saga like no other where the trials and tribulations of childhood boil down to an unholy amalgamation of flying feathers, incessant quacking, and Doug's notorious proclivity for embarrassing situations. Let's rewind to the 7th grade. Doug developed an inexplicable fascination with ducks, their majestic waddle, their mesmerizing quack. In fact, Doug owns a painting of a duck that he adores. You know those cute creatures with heavy bodies and strong neck who are omnivorous, feeding on a variety of foods, from small fish and amphibians
he's just literally
to a
describing
wide variety
ducks.
of
This is going to
aquatic
take
plants.
forever.
The incident that stands out, one might say, well defines the essence of this peculiar bond between Doug and Ducks was his great duck pond debacle. Doug decided to win the annual school talent show, not with a song or dance or joke, or even a trick. No, Doug decided to swallow a duck call. You know them, those devices hunters use to lure unsuspecting ducks mimicking a variety of duck sounds. His brilliant idea was to swallow it and quack his way to victory. But as we know, a duck's quack does not echo. A fun fact that Doug tragically chose to ignore that day, and while Doug managed a resounding quack, the call lodged in his throat, creating a spectacle as folks stood by, watching this adolescent boy strut on stage, streaming tears, a red face, and a continuous duck call emanating from his gullet. And then there was the high school prom, where Doug decided to express his love to his then crush Katie by delivering a duck to her.
Why is Katie...
Live ducks weigh between 2.5 and 7 pounds, depending on its species, with domestic pet ducks weighing as much as 9 pounds. A weight that poor Doug underestimated, causing him to drop the duck in front of the whole school, sending it into a panic, and Doug's chances with Katie flying out the window. What ensued was a chaotic scene of teenage screams, flying feathers, a rampaging duck, and
This
glaring
is such
bright
a
red face
long
of
answer.
none other than Doug, the self-proclaimed duck whisperer. Now I ask Doug, as he prepares to tackle the Only Up challenge, can he navigate the game with as much finesse as he does around his feathered friends? Only time will tell.
Okay. I'm worried that that is going to make all the other prompts... Oh, shit. I was not paying attention. That you telling it to do a super long answer is going to make all the other ones that are queued up super long.
Hey Doug, can you
These
tell us the grand
don't
story
count.
of how you, the child prodigy who grew up in a sorghum farm in Texas, competed in a dramatic Gouda cheese while eating contest against Twitch chat to win the right to marry the love of his life, Parkser? Replace every R with W every so often.
Howie moey, folks, it's time to spee-will the beans on an epic saga starring our very own DougDoug. Once, in the yaw of the mighty Gouda cheese wheel, Doug the child prodigy from a dormant sorghum farm in Texas found himself in quite the sticky situation. One might recall the entire Twitch chat, yes, you Ascali viewers, challenged the brave Doug to a dramatic Gouda cheese wheel eating contest. Now, Doug's love for Parkser, the twinkling star in his eyes, was well known to all, but Twitch chat, give you the Twixters, to quad that the winner of this competition would have the white to Maui Parksu. High stakes, White, our beloved Texan, faced with his woe-abused future hanging in the balance, woes to the challenge. Wheels of Gouda wewu multiplying befell him, each piece sculpted with witchy, savory please, Gouda aged to perfection, and so was issue view to us a gamer, prepped to devour not just cheese, but a path to his passion. He grit his teeth, steeled his will, and dug into the Menachie Ong mountain of cheese. The Kawawis didn't match you anymore, the whisks didn't matter anymore, his love for Poksu and his honor was on the wine. 1 wheel, 2 wheels, 3 wheels down, and Doug showed no signs of slowing. Eventually, and quite spectacularly, Doug stood victorious as the stream chat gawked at the Gouda gargantuan. With cheese crumbs trailing from his mouth, he heaved a sigh of sweet, victorious relief. He had done it. He'd won the white to Maui, the love of his life. Pokzu! So remember this, Doug. Whenever a challenge like Only Up comes knocking, you my fiend, oh, he the conqueror of the legendary Gouda Gauntlet. What's a tough video game? Compare to that. Show the world what you we made of once again.
That is a very funny change for him. Changing W or R's to W's. God, that is way funnier than it has any right being. It'd be really fun to make a program that that replaces the Twitch chat right here, because then we could change things so that I could automatically have every single message replace R's with W's. Like we could just change what all the messages are on the fly. That'd be so fun.
Can you tell us your favorite story about Doug from when he was a child? Also, make sure to laugh constantly while telling the story.
Oh boy, do I have a gem for you all. Asterisk laughs asterisk. Picture this. Wee little Doug, not more than 5 or 6 years old. It was his first day in kindergarten, and asterisk chuckles asterisk. Oh boy, was his mama proud. She decked him in this fancy pants outfit, made him look like a real miniature prince. But the cherry on top? Asterisk laughs. Asterisk Doug's mom thought it would be a great idea if he wore these bright, gleaming red rubber boots for his first day. Not your regular size boots, oh no. These were 2 sizes too big, almost reaching his knees. Poor tiny Doug could barely lift his feet. Asterisk chuckles, asterisk so here he was. Our little prince in oversized boots waddling across the schoolyard. That sight, folks, is still fresh in my mind. It's like he was marching off to meet his loyal subjects, and then laughs. It started to rain, and what do kids do when it rains? They jump in puddles, of course. Well, without wasting a moment, Prince DougDoug, in his mighty boots, decided to follow suit. He ran in as much as one could run in boots too big, made a giant leap, aimed for the biggest puddle, and splashed. only to realize asterisk uncontrollable laughter. Asterisk his boots, because they were too big, got stuck in the muddy puddle, and our brave prince toppled over, smack in the middle of the puddle. The entire school had gathered to witness his glorious attempt and burst into laughter. Poor Doug lay like a small overturned beetle, flailing around, drenched head to toe, and the scarlet boots still stuck deep in the puddle. Oh dear, our dear puddle prince Doug. But you know what? That childhood event didn't deter Doug's spirit, not one bit. He may have toppled over or got stuck more than once, but he always rises to the occasion. So, keep marching, Doug. Keep moving forward and make a splash in your own glorious way. Who knows? You might just have another story to tell. Asterisk fits of laughter asterisk.
Like, this section is pretty rough.
Hey Doug, can you roast the popular, balding, old
Doesn't
streamer
count.
who is also bad at 2D platformers? This is all in good faith, but make sure to use assorted strings of random vowels. Also, occasionally make panting noises as if you're being hunted. On top of that, frequently scream for no.
Here's to you, wonderful, balding, golden oldie of a streamer. Asterisk, panting asterisk mate. Being bald is like being a beacon at night, but your gaming skills and your 2D platforming prowess, it's like trying to find a needle in an ocean. If the needle was hair's breadth success, that is. Asterisk, panting asterisk. You managed to jump an entire pixel last time. Priceless. Asterisk, gasp, asterisk. Did you get your 2D gaming skills from the clearance rack? Because they seem to be from the very back, mate. Asterisk, scream, asterisk. I mean, even your bald head reflects more game sense. I bet you can capture a high-resolution reflection of your game on it, because the game certainly doesn't capture you in it. Asterisk, maniacal, panting asterisk. What's the deal with your concentration face, though? Is it a secret Morse code for extra lives or a walking advertisement for Botox? Asterisk, scream, asterisk is the secret source of your gaming strategy. Your spleen, bald sheen, or those bespectacled eyes that radiate utter confusion whenever you see a moving pixel. Asterisk, panting, asterisk, hey! But keep at it, Gramps. Asterisk, gasping, asterisk. With each passing jump, fall, stumble, you're becoming an expert. An expert at what? I won't say. That's for you to decide. But remember, they say the brightest flames burn fastest, and you're a slow crockpot on low heat. So, you should be smoldering for quite some time. Asterisk, scream, asterisk. Keep it up, old man. Keep your audience laughing at your endearing slips.
Last one.
Wonder what those random vowels are for, huh? Well, that would be telling. Maybe they are secret codes to help you finally beat that game. Or perhaps you're pondering that now, aren't you? Asterisk, laugh, asterisk. If only you applied that much thought into your gaming.
Calling me a slow crockpot on Simmer is fucking wild. That is an insult that I don't think any person would ever come up with. Yeah, that is a rare-ass insult.
Could you please explain the symptoms of a dust mite allergy? Does it include an itchy nose? I'd also like to know ways to alleviate this allergy, such as cleaning your dusty microphone cover. Also, could you provide examples of other factors that can cause an itchy nose? Please explain in a very passive-aggressive way.
It only happens when I'm streaming.
Oh, well, aren't we quite the curious critter today? Let's dive right into this world of dust mite allergies that you seem to be effortlessly blind to. Yes, asterisk, sigh, asterisk, it does include an itchy nose among a range of other mildly irritating symptoms such as sneezing, runny or stuffed nose, itchy or watery eyes, and whatnot. You know, those bothersome symptoms that you categorically wave off as just a sniffle. And as for how to alleviate this so-called allergy that may or may not be disrupting your oh-so-serene existence, well, cleaning your dusty microphone cover could be a good start. Who would have thought, right? It's almost as if basic hygiene plays a fairly important role in our everyday life. Shocker! Regularly washing your bedding, keeping your home clutter-free, using a vacuum with a HEPA filter are some other ground-breaking suggestions. And one might think that minimizing your contact with pets, and yes, even closing your windows to reduce the amount of outdoor dust that enters your living space could also help. Groundbreaking, I know. And if you want to explore other factors for your itchy nose, apart from your newfound friendship with dust mites,
I don't want to do this right now.
Generously expand your horizon. Common cold, flu, dry air, tobacco smoke, and even crying can cause your nose to itch. Oh, and let's not forget the non-allergic rhinitis for those snobbish enough to carry this unique trait. In brief, should you aspire to relieve yourself from this itchy nose ordeal, most paths might lead to the same brilliant solution, cleanliness. However, these are merely suggestions, and I'm sure you'll follow through given your impeccable record of managing your allergies. Asterisk, sigh, asterisk. Good luck.
Thanks, Doug GPT.
Please tell about the adventurous, daring, and death-defying tale of Sam 26, the outcast sibling of his 25 older brothers, all named Sam. However, one day, he learns that his brothers have been murdered under mysterious circumstances. He decides to team up with Parkser, a local cop, city planner, lawyer, business consultant, and Peggle streamer. SHHHH. Plot twist. Doug actually was the one who murdered the 25 Sams. Also, you have a very bad case of the hiccups, which causes you to bellow like a sick goat underwater.
On Hicksia, upon a hick cough time in a far-off land, lived a brave soul named Sam 26. The black sheep, the misfit of the ungainly group of 25 identical siblings, all named Sam. Boo-yo-erp! But then, in a cruel twist of fate, his 25 older siblings abruptly bite the dust in a mysterious set of circumstances. Just like that, our free-spirited Sam was all alone. Boo-hick, you a... In his quest for justice, Sam 26 decided to join forces with the local one-man army named Parkser, a maverick who donned many noble hats. From laying down the law, cough, to streaming Peggle, hick. He was the ultimate squire in shining armor, gasp, for our forlorn Sam. Together they set off on a ballistic journey to track down the malevolent murderer. Hick. Little did they know, the one they called a friend was the fiend they sought. Doug, the charming, affable confidant, was the one who offed the Sams in a single stroke. Yes, you heard that right, folks. It was Doug all along. Hick, cough, gasp, burp. But now we boo-hick have a problem. You see, Sam 26 is yet to learn about Doug's sinister side. Will he uncover the truth? Or will he be the next Sam to bite the dust? Only time will tell. And until then, hold your breath. Hick, gurgle, cough. Hoping I'll survive these accursed hiccups. God, it feels like I'm trying to gobble grass at the bottom of the Atlantic. Boo-hoo, you, RP,
Hey Doug, can you make a sort of short summary of the hit movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but get certain things wrong and tell certainly story points from other movies, and add them to the story? You must also replace some items, place, and names with the word Doug.
Oh, it's doing so fucking
pull up
good.
A seat, pal. I'm about to deliver the tale of a lifetime. As we know, Shark Boy and Lava Girl takes place in the vibrant universe within a schoolboy's dream, a boy named Doug. Yes, Doug. Just like yours truly, in this vivid tale, we find our eager hero, Doug, befriending two unique entities, Shark Doug and Lava Doug. Let me jog your memory. Shark Doug, the half-shark, half-Doug creature who specializes in delivering quintessential boring speeches about the importance of schedule and discipline. Quite an inspiration indeed. Lava Doug, on the other hand, exhibits an explosive persona capable of shooting...
New prediction.
Doug beams. Now, here's where I believe there might be some confusion. Wasn't the plot around a stolen Tesseract? Oops, my bad. Too much Marvel in my system. Let's teleport back to the Dougverse. The trippy trio embarks on a whirlwind journey to save Doug's imaginary world from the villain, Mr. Doug, who gets accidentally imbued with dark powers due to a Horcrux. Scratch that. Wrong franchise. Again. I mean the cursed power of Doug's imagination? Yeah, that's it. As our brave Dougs traverse through the mystical world of Dougs, they come across dazzling landscapes such as the lair of Jurassic Dougs? Wait, weren't the dinosaurs in another movie? Never mind, a good Doug tale can always use more Dougs, right?
These are the last 5 attempts of the day.
These trials, Shark Doug, Lava Doug, and Ordinary Doug turned extraordinary come together, harmonizing their Dougness to defeat the villain. So, ladies, gentlemen, and Dougs, that's the enchanting, albeit slightly off the mark, tale of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Or should I say, Shark Doug and Lava Doug. Remember the most critical lesson from our story. Even an ordinary Doug has the power to change the world when fueled by imagination, determination, and a horde of other Dougs by his side. So stand tall, embrace your inner Doug. Face that only up challenge knowing you're extraordinary in your way.
Dude, I have like nothing to comment. I just want to play this game. This is like the least I've said in a stream. But I'm just like, whatever. AI Doug will take care of it for me. We're combining to an average of like a normal stream talk. If you average our two commentaries, we're good. Are we caught up? I don't be caught up. Is AI Doug getting paid for this work? Technically, yes. I do pay OpenAI every time AI Doug gives an answer. It's not a lot of money. I think they charged me like $3 or $2 last month for all of the AI stuff. The AI voice program is fairly expensive, but ChatGPT or OpenAI, which makes ChatGPT, is very, very cheap.
Doug, I want you to tell a tale of a penguin named Juju discovering his favorite curse word. Describe specifically what it is about the curse word that makes it so attractive to him. Remember that you have a cold and must constantly sneeze using groups of vowels put together. Thank you.
Well, sit tight, folks, and let me regale you with the sniffling tale of our pal Juju. He's a penguin with a twist. You see, he's got a penchant for profanity. A bird-related
Doesn't count.
Beetlejuice, if you will. Something in those wonderfully naughty words just tickles his fancy. One day, Juju stumbles upon a treasure. Ayu! Yes, a word from the human world, simple yet expressive. Now, you'd think, why is that a curse word? Maybe not in our lingo, but in the Penguin Dictionary, it packs a punch. Asterisk, achui, go, asterisk, a fine day. While Juju was waddling about, he trods upon a pebble. In his fiery indignation, he uttered an instinctive, oh. That cursed pebble turned into a source of epiphany as the word rolled off his beak. It was smooth, yet pointy, like a perfectly balanced fish on a beak. It stung just at the right spots, plus it had this musical quality, much like the melody of cracking ice under webbed feet. And so our feathered friend Juju found a word that matched his sharp wit and colorful personality. So whenever you hear a distinct "ayu" echo across the icy expanse, remember the name Juju. Asterisk sniffle, asterisk, excuse me, need to get a tissue, asterisk sneeze. Oh yeah, asterisk.
Oh my god. Okay, what the fuck? Okay. He's done that a couple times.
Write a story about how Doug ripped ass.
Since Doug can't think of anything
and sucked
to say,
at everything.
I guess I'll have to take over.
Speak for at least 20 sentences.
What's up, guys? Today, we're going to be doing a reaction
Let's turn the wheels of time and go back to one of Doug's most memorable adventures. An adventure marked by the echoes of what others like to metaphorically call ripping ass. During one of his gaming streams, Doug encountered a rogue bean burrito that managed to infiltrate his lunch. Now, Doug being Doug, his oblivious taste buds went full speed ahead on this ticking time bomb. Little did he know the day was just about to get windy, and Doug was about to set sail. In swift succession, his virtual avatar started jumping. His fingers were busy smashing the game controls, while his trusty butt synchronized to the crazy rhythm, producing its own set of explosive sound effects. It was a kind of three-dimensional gaming experience no one was ready for. It was a gassy disaster. Every defeat in the game echoed in the room with rumbles of embarrassment. The uncontrollable flatulence became a soundtrack of failure, a dingy cloud that seemed to sound out his lack of gaming prowess.
Yeah, it's too late.
Life was tough in Fartsville. Population Doug. The most intriguing part? He carried this performance with the grace of a one-man band, the cringeworthy rhythm that turned him into a viral sensation. While some guffawed at his misfortune, others found an odd inspiration in his unabashed, ripping-ass symphony, yet the day ended on a positive note. For despite the flatulent fiasco, the red cheeks, and the game being pushed to the backseat by the breaking wind news, Doug emerged as a bona fide hero. His fans admired him more for his humility, his ability to embrace embarrassment, and make it part of his quirky charm. So even though he sucked at everything that day and let one rip more times than anyone dared to count, Doug motivated others through it. He showed us all that life will sometimes be less roses and more ripped ass, but it's possible to waltz through it all and still make a mark. Doug, you were a gas, and for that, we salute you.
Hello, Doug. Please tell us a story about the fight with Cocaine Bear. Please explain it thoroughly and speak like an Australian version of Yoda. Also, please scream randomly throughout. Finally, remind DougDoug about how he is bad at only up and a record is temporary while comparing it to his brawl. Make occasional references to a man named Mario cooking pasta.
Lot going on there.
G'day, mate. Gather round, cause I've got a bonzer of a tale for you about our plucky mate, Doug and the blimey cocaine bear. Once upon a yonker ago, our bloke, Doug, faced off the snarling beast, known as the cocaine bear. Over a cheeky mid-arvo, old Doug found himself in the bear's cave. Now, this ain't your regular koala, mind ya. It was looking for a bit of a stoosh, and good old DougDouga was in for a right brawl. Oh, ah! In the middle of their blue, rung out a bellowing call. Pasta's ready? Cricky. That'd be none other than Mario. Mario wasn't just your regular bloke, mind you. He'd cook up a mouthwatering pasta with the perfect al dente bite. Anywho,
that did sound
mid-tossing
good.
and turning, the delectable scent blasted right into the bear's nostril holes, causing abrupt pause in the fight. Be careful, you should be, Doug, you bloody gullah. A record like a boomerang it is, temporary, and hurling back to your face. Doug, mate, your bout with Cocaine Bear, similar to your rip snorter attempts at only up it is. A life lesson hidden deep in this tale there lies. All struggles are just like a spinning record, mate. They come, they whiz, and just like that, they return? Might be an oldie, but it's a goodie, that lesson, ain't it? Lesson you learned. It ain't, mate. Keep fighting, Dougie. Like Cocaine Bear, temporary each opponent is, just like the ephemeral charm of a freshly cooked pasta. Keep fighting, and if you smash that record, give a victorious cry in the name of all DougDoug's meal cobber. Remember, Mario's pasta might go cold, but a victory? That'd warm our hearts right up, wouldn't it?
I feel like I'm playing pretty well. This is a good-ass run. We can nominate this whole week of streams as the worst commentary by Doug of the year, right? Even though the streams have been moderately entertaining, it's not because of anything I've said. You guys and Doug GPT have carried. Oh, that hasn't happened in a long, long time. All right, last run. I feel like I'm playing really well, actually, but...
Going forward, please replace every vowel with the letter AXA. Make up a detailed synopsis of a show called The Adventures of DougDouga. Include the following characters: Doug the bald streamer, Parkser the intelligent lawyer/cop, Katie, Doug's crush from high school, and 2 other characters of your choosing. Please explain the hijinks they all get up to in this show.
In text art house story, was ready the best canary. Body to DB, all the tracks, facts was dark, slacks, kayak.
That might have been a bit much.
Max HVS test till text 500 has adventures except DougDouga. Asterisk screams out for one last time, randomly asterisk,